Whispers in the walls. In the heart of a small, forgotten town stood an old mansion, isolated from the rest of the world. The townsfolk spoke of it only in hushed tones, warning newcomers to stay away. They called it the Morrow House, a place where shadows moved on their own and voices whispered secrets too terrifying to comprehend. One rainy evening, Emily, a seasoned journalist with a penchant for uncovering the truth behind urban legends, decided to visit the Morrow House. She had heard the stories, but she didn't believe in ghosts or curses. To her, it was just another haunted house story, perfect for her next article. But as she stood before the imposing structure, the air felt heavy with something far darker than she anticipated. Emily stepped inside, the door creaking ominously behind her. The air was thick with dust, and the dim light from her flashlight barely pierced the shadows. The house felt alive, as though it was breathing around her. She began to explore, her footsteps echoing in the empty halls. Halfway through her exploration, Emily paused in a grand, decaying living room. The walls, once ornate, were now cracked and peeling, revealing dark, twisted shapes beneath the surface, shapes that seemed to shift and writhe under her gaze. She shivered, brushing off the unease that crept up her spine. As she reached out to touch the wall, a cold, soft voice whispered in her ear, "Why are you here?" Startled, Emily spun around, but no one was there. She laughed nervously, telling herself it was just the wind. Don't forget to comment below if you're loving the chills so far. And while you're at it, hit that like button, share the terror with your friends, and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales from Fable and Flames. Continuing through the house, Emily found herself in what appeared to be a study. On the desk, an old journal lay open, its pages yellowed with age. The writing was barely legible, but she could make out fragments. The voices, they come from the walls, driving me mad, they know everything. As she read, the temperature in the room dropped, and a cold draft blew through the room. Emily's breath fogged in the air as she felt something brush against her arm. When she looked down, she saw nothing, just the growing sense of dread cooling in her chest. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, swirling around her, seeping into her mind. "Leave while you can," they seemed to say. But Emily, ever the skeptic, pressed on. She moved to the door, but it slammed shut before she could reach it, trapping her inside. Panic set in as she pulled at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers turned to screams, screams of agony, despair, and anger. They filled her head, drowning out her own thoughts. Feeling the tension? If you do, make sure to share it with someone who loves a good scare. And don't forget to subscribe, so you never miss a tale from Fable and Flames. Desperate, Emily pressed herself against the wall, trying to make the voices stop. But as she did, the wall gave way, and she fell through, landing in a hidden room. The room was dark, save for a single, flickering candle that illuminated the decaying remains of an old woman sitting in a chair. Her empty eyes seemed to stare directly at Emily, her skeletal hand pointing accusingly. The whispers quieted, replaced by a single, clear voice that echoed through the room, "You found me, but now you must join me." Before Emily could react, the walls began to close in, the shadows wrapping around her like tendrils, pulling her toward the old woman. She struggled, screamed, but no one heard her. The house absorbed her cries, feeding on her fear. In the town below, the Morrow House stood silent once more, its walls holding the secrets of those it had claimed. The townsfolk continued to warn strangers, but the house always found a way to lure them in. And now, if you listen closely, you might hear Emily's voice among the whispers in the walls, warning you to stay away. But it's too late. You've already entered. If you enjoyed this dark tale, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Fable and Flames. Stay tuned for more stories that will haunt your dreams.